I think it is John from Summit Garage.
It's JN Longbridge.
I have to apologise to you, mate, but that car was stunning. And you were talking ideas, and then as well, the fellow in the wheelchair had his really nice red Mark II said TT as well. I mean, you keep that car stunning as well. And
So
fair play to you, like, because I don't know how you reach the roof to polish it in the wheelchair, like.
So that would be my two picks for cars that I would like to own. I have a bucket list. I will make through that bucket list at some stage.
Yeah.
Gradually. I have enough at the minute. I will be selling some cars here soon. A few that I don't really need, so they'll be going down the road.
I'm the same as well, like, you know.
I have a bit more.
You've actually decent cars.
No, it's not that. It's just I have too many. I have too many to look after, so I need to downscale a bit. I have some other ones I want to buy, so just got one to own. So that's about it. One thing I would note that we're over there, the amount of V8s there, incredible. There's so many V8s still on the road. It's hard to believe that there was 800 made in one.
863, I think.
And the amount on the road still is quite phenomenal. It's the owner's group must be very well looked after. I know the engines are very bulletproof and very tuned, and they're quite easy to work on. I understand that. I've worked on a few myself, but for them to keep them going and to get parts. I know parts are a bit dear for them. It's fantastic, and the amount on the road still is unbelievable. Like I must have seen 20, maybe at the show, maybe more. Run up and down the road and a few prototypes and stuff as well. So it's amazing that they're still on the road.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it wouldn't be a ZT that I'd want to own.
No.
I'm not a big fan of the V8. I love the noise, I love the sound, I love what they can do, but give me a V6 190 over it any day of the week. But that's just from my practical point of view, because I like the V6 ZTs more. Now I know that may sound like heresy to some people. He's sitting here nodding going, I'm an idiot.
No, I see where you're coming from.
To me, it was the car it was built to be. The V8 to me, I've driven 4 or 5 now. It feels like a car that's almost there. It just feels like it's lacking one or two things, and it will be a complete car. But hey, I'd take a free one if it's going.
It's something I will probably try and own at some stage if I can find a clean one. In this country there is none. I think there's maybe 3 I know of that are still on the road.
I know of 7 over here.
Yeah,
that includes 2 75 versions, but they never come out.
No, I personally I look after one. I know of 2 others that I believe are still on the road, still on OT. The rest I know of maybe one that's not on the road. It's stored.
Which is a waste.
It's a waste.
It's a waste.
Yeah, it's a lovely car. They are a nice car to drive. Yes, they haven't got the massive power that you would think a V8 would have. They have got different suspension setup than the ordinary cars. But the engine is the sound of it, and the torque and the drivability is fantastic. And that's obviously they're hard to run.
Yeah. But the thing about it as well about the V8s is what I really like about them is they're as close as being a unique car. There's very, very few of them. You're not going to get that many V8s in one particular colour.
Yeah.
Or one particular spec. So almost each car is almost unique, which is nice. And that's obviously before you get the monogram V8s and all. I mean, if you were going to own a V8, a monogram would be the way to do it if you're going to do it right.
Yeah. While we're on that subject, everybody, monogram cars are great, but
don't damage it.
Don't damage them. If you can get one that's clean, bodywork wise, it doesn't really matter mechanically wise. That's what I would say to people. If you're thinking of buying a monogram, mechanically wouldn't worry too much. It is the paintwork and bodywork that you have to worry about. Depending on which one you go for, paint can be very expensive, which I found out to my own cost. I have 3 monograms by myself, and I dread the thing when they have to be painted. I know the Munchen needs to be painted, there's certain bits of it that has to be painted, and the price of paint is extraordinary.
There's also as well, some of the monograms are stage 2 and stage 3 paints, and the stage 3 paints can be up to £1,100 a litre.
And if you have people that do paintwork and stuff, they are guaranteed never to have been working on before, and you need to know what you're doing. There is certain primers you need to use, different shades of primer, pearlescent layers, and it's very hard to match the original paintwork, and that is something I'm going to run into here shortly, and it's something I'm not really looking forward to.
No. And saying that, Phil found a nice guy for his monogram paint job down in the south.
He did. He was telling me about it. Yeah.
So to be honest, with a car like that, it would actually be worth travelling the distance to get it painted right potentially.
No, the thing, I was talking to Phil about it, and the guy spent 2 weeks figuring out what layers he had to do, and he actually had to consult a specialist. He came out for 2 days to his workshop and tried between the two of them had to figure out how to do it, because the first one they did was nothing like what was on the car, and they really struggled. And I know Phil will be very picky about his car, and fair play to him, he should be.
Car doesn't look like it's been painted.
But it doesn't. It's fantastic.
Really
Whoever did a fantastic job, and they've obviously took their time, they've worked it out. And from what Phil was telling me, it was a combination of primer colour, of pearlescent layers, and then a good top layer. So that's something I'm not looking forward to.
Well,
And I would say that to anyone going home, that's the problem. That is the problem. Getting someone good at paint and who's done them before is a godsend. If you know someone that's done ones before, I can know exactly what to do, and that's half the battle.
makes V6 timing belts that you use.
Yeah, V6 tech belts. See, Colin loves V6s where I hate V6s. I understand everybody's perception on them.
Yeah. So the reality is very different.
The reality is a lot different, and I know I do own one at the minute, but that's just because it's a rare car. I wouldn't go out there and buy a V6. I don't need a V6.
Again, with my V6 being 60 shades of yellow and stone chips, if that wasn't anything other than a yellow V6, I would not have a V6, because I have been burnt by them. I've owned 14 V6s, and not one of them has ended up having
14 cars or 14 engines?
14 V6s
Right.
over the years. I think I've had a total of 42 75 ZTs in just under 10 years now, and not one of them has left me on its original engine or not going to scrap.
Yeah, but that's just because you don't do belts.
No, even the ones I did the time belts on. My favourite one that I did the time belts on, it shit the oil pump, and it just destroyed the engine. That was after a new oil pump, and I did about 8,000 miles after time belts. They're a beautiful engine, they're a beautiful sounding engine, but
Very hard to maintain.
it's like running around with a hand grenade without a pin in it.
Yeah, they are taking time off.
And they're only going to get worse with age.
That's why we see over here that they're becoming extraordinarily cheap,
Yeah.
because people just don't want to do the belts, and they're scared to do belts.
Yeah,
Which is fair enough.
It's fair enough. It's an involving job. It is an involving job. I mean, I know that I need to do my belts they're due in the latter half of 2019 for my V6, but by the time it comes to that, I've decided that I'm probably going to get the car painted and the belts done at the same time. So I'll drop the engine out and do it that way, because I've had the engine out before. I know what's involved. It's not hard to do. It really isn't. But the belts, when it's out, is tricky.
I mean, if you've the engine on the ground and it's out of the car, it's 10 times easier. You still have to be careful, but it's 10 times easier to do. In the car, very difficult.
I don't know how boys do it in ZS.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. I've done a few now, and they're extremely awkward with the door. And you have to take your time.
Yeah.
You can't rush it. You just have to take your time to get it right.
If only they had done a chain-driven engine. If they had done a chain-driven engine of that V6, that would have been the best engine they could have made in. That would have transformed it. Yeah, fair enough, you have your thermostat problems and then that manifold problems, but
So anybody out there wanting to buy a V6, make sure you've got good history, and make sure the belts are in time, also mileage and time.
yeah,
It's not just mileage.
yeah.
And try and get some kind of history of the car. If you can't, then be prepared for £300, £400, £500 bill
Minimum.
for doing
Minimum.
belts.
And then you fizz motors in that manifold thermostat. If it was me personally, if you're buying a V6 with no history, allow £1,000 to get that car bulletproof.
Yeah.
And that's just in the engine.
That's
That's before clutches and slave cylinders and all that sort of nonsense.
And I would also say if you're going to accidentally drop an engine out of the car, do the clutch. Do the clutch while you're at it, everything's on the floor, it's a lot easier to do and it's a lot less labour intensive. You'll have a lot less cost in the future. But we'll do, you know what, we'll maybe do a buyer's guide thing sometime.
I think we should. That's a good idea.
We'll do a video sometime on buyer's guide and things to look out for and things like that. We do that at some stage.
Get like a ZR and a 25 and a 45 and a ZS and sort of.
Between the two of us, we would maybe cover most stuff. So yeah, I think that'll do us.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a good roundup. I know we covered a lot of stuff there, but hopefully that gives you a good overall view to our weekend away. It'll give you a bit of insight into what's involved. You can do it your own way. You don't have to do it the way we did it.
Trevor did it his way this year.
Trevor did it his way. Trevor made his own way across. He met us there on Saturday, and people have done that in past with us as well. So you can work out whatever suits you. We like the Dublin Holyhead crossing because obviously we meet the guys in the south and go together, and we would rather a shorter ferry to longer driving other than the Belfast to Liverpool route where you have an 8-hour boat, but you've got obviously a lot less driving. You've got half the driving, so we would rather drive than sit in a ferry. But that's our choice, and you can do it your own way. You can also fly over, and if people over there to meet, you can fly over. It's very accessible flight wise.
I know some of the clubs up in Scotland, what they do is rather than drive down, some of the older members they would hire a bus.
Yep.
They do that as well, and that's, there was plenty of buses on the ferry. So I mean, if you were hiring a minibus and sharing that cost between 25 people, for example, to go over and experience the events, and when you're over there, I'm sure you can bounce into people's cars as long as you're willing to throw a few quid for petrol, and everyone's really friendly like that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You can do it your own way. You don't have to do it the way we do it. And there's plenty of places to stay around the area, more expensive, less expensive, B&Bs. We've done it both ways, so it's really up to yourself. I would say Permian is a good spot. It's cheap, it's good, it's accessible, and it's nice. The rooms are nice. You're well looked after. Any issues, you'll get them sorted, and that's why we like it.
Yeah.
We've had zero hassle the last 2 years with it, and it's good.
The only problem with Premier is parking.
Yeah, parking is the only thing. I think that would be the problem anywhere you go in Birmingham. It's quite a built-up place. Parking would probably be the biggest issue, especially if you take a lot of cars.
Yeah. We're always, again, grateful to Gemma and everyone who helps us out that way, and first parking in Sainsbury's hassle-free.
Yeah, Sainsbury's, we haven't had any issues. Well, saying that, we haven't got, hopefully there's nothing this year, but last year we've had zero issues because no fines or nothing sent out, or other gyms looked after us that way, so that's good. And we obviously would sort that out for anybody going if we go there again.
Yeah.
So, I think that'll do us.
Yeah, I think it'll do this. I mean, I roughly worked it out between ferry, hotel, and fuel. That doesn't account for food. You can, if you want to go to restaurants every night, that's up to you. If you want to go to a pub every night, that's up to you. Ferry, fuel, and hotel, it cost me $430.
Okay.
Which was,
that's fair enough.
I think that's great. For you, think about it, that's 4 nights staying in a hotel in England. Now, I know there's deals you can do with the hotel we stayed in to include your breakfast and all. We didn't. We went over to Sainsbury's and got a fry every morning for $5. Yeah. You can't beat that. And there's a Greggs and a Subway directly opposite as well. So I mean, from that point of view, you're okay. There's plenty of restaurants and there's plenty of bars. So what you spend out there is entirely up to you. I do think if I do it again next year, I will probably bring some food to the room from the Sainsbury's, like make sandwiches up for whenever we're out and about the day, because if you're spending a tenner whenever we're in Rockingham for teas and coffees and bacon baps and all, that adds up.
That's what I did. I brought stuff with me. I had sandwiches and stuff with me. I does bring down the cost a good bit that way, doing other things and bringing drinks and stuff on. I just got in Sainsbury's that morning, and it's a lot cheaper with them. And obviously, anywhere you go is going to be more expensive. Rockingham was quite dear, so you have to watch things like that.
The petrol stations can be quite dear in things when we buy, a bottle of Coke will be £2 compared to like $1.30 here.
And even fuel.
fuel prices.
Massive variation in fuel prices.
I think the most expensive I saw was 145 diesel, which is huge. But funnily enough, after 3 years, shows you how what you don't really know around you. After 3 years, we found less than half a mile from our hotel a jet wash, because we were running around looking for a jet wash for hours one day. A jet wash, and it's also a petrol station, and it was the cheapest petrol in Birmingham.
Yep.
It was cheaper than over here.
We just happened to come across it
yeah.
on Monday. So.
And it's 24 hours as well. So I mean, again, the Premier Inn to me is appealing as a location again next year, because now we've been a couple of times, we've figured it out.
Yeah. But it's nice to have a change. There's a couple of guys were talking about, we should have a bit of a change. So I'll say it again, we usually around Christmas time we'll start to look at stuff and see who wants to go. That's usually what happens. So we'll have to weigh things up then.
And we'll get talking to Gemma as well, because I have a feeling that things maybe change a wee bit this year.
Well, we don't know. We're only guessing. It's up to them at the end of the day what they want to do, and we do what we can to help and make things easier for them, which we do, which we're trying to do every year.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Come out to the meets. Don't worry about talking to us. We're all here together. We're all the rovers. The MG rovers are getting skirts up on the roads nowadays. Everybody's scrapping or breaking.
For no reason, a lot of the time.
Yeah, there's some car out there should never be broken. But it's just the way things go, and our community is shrinking by the week. I think a couple of years down the road there might be very little.
Yeah. Like we say, we'd rather you came out in a car that you may think is a bucket of crap, but we'll just appreciate you coming out.
Yeah.
And if maybe through coming out to meets, you'll get talking to people, you'll get parts, you'll be able to get things resprayed or whatever. You might have no interest and you just say it's a car to get me around, and you just want to have the best mechanical advice or get tips from people, or our group discounts and things, or just come out. You've none to lose.
So goodbye from me.
Goodbye from him.
And we'll maybe post some videos of something else. Keep things for members, a couple of other things that we'll bring up. So goodbye.
See you later.